All right, the covers are going on here, right here in the Raminator pits. We just talked to Mark Hall a couple seconds ago, and in that time period, it's already started raining. So the guys are covering the trucks up. The rest of the teams are doing the same, trying to protect their electronics, keep their seats and stuff dry. We don't know what that's going to do for the track. If it rains any substantial amount, that's definitely going to grease up the racetrack out there. And like Mark Hall said, everybody's got tires that are, better prepared for some dry asphalt and some dirt conditions. This is just going to make everything even more slick. We might have a slop fest on our hands here tonight, but you know what? Anybody that's a veteran of the Indy Jamboree knows Mother Nature, man. She's awful hard on us here. All right, Monster Blog fans, we've been hanging out in the Team Bigfoot pits for a while, just trying to stay dry. It's actually still raining on us some here. It's been raining for nearly an hour now. And we talked about that bowl in the racetrack where the asphalt wasn't level? Well, that bowl is full of dip right now. We're going to go fishing here pretty soon when the weather lays off. This is, I definitely think there might have been an infield drain under there because it's definitely filling up with water over here. Personally, I don't see any way that they can actually run racing tonight. The lanes would be completely uneven right now. You'd have one truck trying to plow through basically a trough of water right here. The other lane would have it high and dry. Clear disparity between the two. Wouldn't be surprised if this rain lets up a little bit to see a freestyle only show tonight. However, you might be able to catch a look at it. Over my shoulders, we're actually fighting some lightning and some thunder out here too. And obviously we can't have people, sitting in a metal grandstands, which they're doing right now, but we can't be running a show in the lightning, so we'll see what they do. They've canceled the mud drags for today. Heaven forbid the mud drag cars run in anything other than dry dirt. But anyways, hopefully Mother Nature will cut us a little bit of a break here. We can at least get a freestyle-only show in right now. I know all the teams and drivers are really bummed. We've taken a really tough racetrack, and Mother Nature's already made it a little even worse for us now. So we'll see if things hold together. We'll keep you posted here on the Monster Blog. Hopefully we'll be bringing you some monster truck freestyle action. All right, we're hanging out in the Bigfoot pits. We got Dan Runny right here. We've been cutting up all afternoon, it seems. But what do you think of that track out there, man? They're bailing water off of there. It's pretty crazy.
It's a little damp. I mean, it's going to be tricky. It's tricky just because we're running on asphalt to start with. But this is really going to make it a little rougher today.
What about that tire change you made yesterday? We saw you had some brand new Virgin uncut turf tires there. You've gone back to more of your normal setup there. What's the thought there? Did those not work out too well yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, once you spin the dirt off on the asphalt, it was just like running on pea gravel basically. It's a new set we had at the shop and we were going to try them, and it didn't work out real well.
All right, so what are your thoughts out there? Are you going to try and, well, you've got a 2-speed now, so you won't probably be starting in high gear out there. So that means you're going to be doing some feathering down on the bottom end there. You're going to be like a funny car driver pedaling it out there, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, we did try second gear yesterday just to see if it would work. It helped a little, but like I said, those tires were just spinning. I mean, that 2-speed will take it. We'll just have to see. I mean, it depends how much of the water they get out of there, too.
What do you think of the jump in the middle of the straight line there, making it a 3 jump instead of a 2 jump? Does that completely throw your rhythm off going down the middle there?
Not too bad. I mean, as long as you can keep it straight over the first one. The second one, it's another catch in there. It makes it a little more interesting, but it's not too bad as long as you can keep it straight.
Now, the last time we saw you on TMB TV, you aced it there in St. Louis on that really crazy figure 8 track. So, how do you adjust yourself as a racer from going from a well-prepared racetrack with a lot of jumps and crazy turns to basically, a parking lot with some dirt jumps on it? That's got to throw off your whole thinking, and then we throw rain on top.
Yeah, this is just a big drag race, really. It's getting over the first and second one. Of course, the third one don't matter because of the finish line, but this is just a drag race and just being able to keep the truck straight and hooked up, really.
I guess if you ask Mark Hall, that last jump matters a little bit, doesn't it? It bit him pretty hard yesterday, huh?
That's not funny. I mean, that was a wild ride he took, and I hate to see anybody do that, just because of the equipment, but because of the guy that's driving it too. Mark's been around a long time, and I think pretty highly of him, and just hate to see a guy go out like that.
Especially a team like theirs or yours where you're really focused on the racing side of stuff too. And when we talked to Mark earlier, you just don't see trucks, wrecking and racing very much anymore, which is good. but you just tend to see it in freestyle more, don't you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the trucks have come far enough now that we've actually set them up for racing, you know, and freestyle's the thing that's going to catch you if something's going to catch you. And so we don't wreck them a lot in racing anymore. So that deal yesterday, it was rough, but I mean, they were hauling, you know, and when you get going that fast on a straight line track like this, it's going to happen.
One thing I found interesting, especially after I watched the video a couple times, is Jeremy Dishman actually made it to Mark before any of the safety crew or the track people did. Now as a driver, does that concern you a little bit that your opponent might make it over to help you out before the safety crew does?
Well, I mean, that's, you know, Jeremy was right there. He turned around. It was a pretty long track, and it was, a lot of it was dusty too. I mean, we were down here on the other end. For a while there, it looked like Mark saved it, you know. So I don't know if that's what the safety crew was seeing or what was going on there. You know, it's Jeremy spun around and he seen Mark. Well, you know, anybody, not just a teammate, but I'm going to stop and see if the guy's all right also.
That's got to make you feel better that, you know, even though you're on track, you're trying to beat each other. As soon as that finish line's crossed, it's pretty much back to a family again, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, that's where Monster Truck comes from. It's the families and the kids and the fans that kept us where we are.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to let Dan get back to Bigfoot. They're going to be calling for you any minute here, so we're going to let you go put on your fire suit and then your rain suit on top of that. So enjoy it out there. We'll be talking to you throughout the night.
Thank you.
All right. That's all from Bigfoot. All right, we're back in the infield here. We just talked to some of the drivers and whatnot. Check this out. The track crew's got the heavy equipment out right now. They're trying to get some of this water removed from the right lane where that dip in the asphalt is. Not sure if they're going to try and uncover a drain maybe or something, but they're trying to at least get the bulk of that water out. And as you can see, it's working to an extent, but there's still a lot of water trying to get moved out of there. But judging from this, they might go ahead and try and run the monster trucks in a racing format, so that's going to make it pretty interesting. We'll try and stay on top of the lane changes for you and keep you posted in between rounds as much as possible as far as what lane's working and what lane's not. I have a feeling the proof is going to be in the pudding pretty quick. When we start seeing those monster trucks run, it's going to become pretty obvious if there's a difference between one lane or the other performance-wise. So we're going to see if we can track down a couple more drivers. We're getting up on showtime here pretty quick, so we're going to take our places here pretty soon, and, well, we'll see what they can pull off.